Hi guys, it's Angie with Fun Endeavors Tie-Dye Lab. Today I'm going to make a corner spiral, but I'm going to do this one with hot water irrigation. The shirt was washed and dried, soaked in a soda ash solution for 20 to 30 minutes. I wrung it out of my Panda spin dryer so it's just barely damp. I also have the shirt turned inside out. So I'm going to try something a little bit different today. Sometimes when I just grab the corner of the shirt and I begin to spiral, I don't get quite the folds that I was wanting on the shirt. So to try to help my folds along a little bit, I'm going to use a piece of kite string and a washable marker and draw an arc on the corner of the shirt. Now I'm going to fan fold this line. Then holding my fan folds with one hand, I'm going to take the other hand down to the very corner of the shirt and start spiraling the shirt. Now I'm going to continue spiraling the shirt, holding my spirals in place with one hand and forming additional folds in the shirt with the other hand. I'm trying to keep the spiral as tight as I can. Once I have the shirt spiraled, I'm going to use some kite string to hold all of these folds in place. I'd like to hold this fold really tight, so I'm choosing to use kite string instead of rubber bands. You could use rubber bands though if you would like. Once I have the shirt tied, I'm going to set it aside and let it dry out for a couple of days. If you've watched any of my other hot water irrigation videos, you know that I haven't started mixing the dye and the soda ash together yet. It's not that that's hard or difficult to do, it's just that I'm not doing quite enough of it that I want to mess with having to store containers of mixed dye right now. So for now, I'm just applying the dye like I would if I were ice dyeing the shirt. The first color that I'm applying to the shirt is Plum from Grateful Dyes. I'm using the plum to divide the shirt into 4 sections. So initially I thought I was going to add a different color to each one of these 4 sections, but then I decided I may as well mix it up a little bit and try something different. I'm starting with Razzle Dazzle from Dharma Trading Company. In 2 of the sections that are across from each other, I'm going to place a line of Razzle Dazzle right up next to each of the lines in that section. In the other 2 sections on the shirt, I'm going to do the same thing with Strawberry from Custom Colors. Then I'm going to keep adding colors to each of these sections going outward. The sections that are across from each other, I'm going to try to keep the colors the same. After the strawberry in this section, I'm going to add Orchid from Dharma Trading Company. I'm adding Dusty Pink from Custom Colors. Cotton Candy from Pro Chemical and Dye. Now I'm going to go back to the other two sections and add some Plum Blossom from Dharma Trading Company. I'm using Red Violet from Dharma. I'm adding Dusty Pink from Custom Colors. As you can tell, I'm using quite a variety of pink colors on this shirt. If you've had a hard time keeping up with all the different colors that I've used, they're listed down below this video in the description. There's also links to several of the other items that I use when I tie-dye down below. I'm going to add some of Dharma's Orchid. Passion Fruit from Custom Colors. Now I'm going to move over to the other two sections and add some Razzle Dazzle from Dharma. There isn't very much space left on this shirt, but in the remaining areas I'm going to add a little bit more plum from Grateful Dyes. Now I'm going to add some dry soda ash to the top of the shirt. I went ahead and soaked the shirt before I tied it, but I want to make sure I have extra soda ash on top of the dye, because whenever I start spraying the shirt with water, I want to make sure I don't rinse all of the soda ash out of the shirt. I'm going to do the hot water irrigation process outside, and where I live it's pretty much windy all the time. So to avoid the dye moving around when I move the shirt outside, I'm going to take a spray bottle and add some of my hot water to the spray bottle and just lightly mist the top of the shirt. After I posted my first video, I had a viewer suggest that I purchase a sous vide wand to go ahead and heat the water up with. So I did that and it works really well. I set the temperature to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, and once the water was up to temperature, I placed it inside of my sprayer. By the time the water got into the sprayer, it was not 160 degrees. It was probably somewhere between 140 and 150 degrees. I pumped up the sprayer and began gently spraying the top of the shirt. I've placed a towel under the shirt to try to help the dye to come through to the back side. I'm gently spraying the shirt and allowing the water to soak in. I'm going to continue spraying the shirt until the dye on top of the shirt is dissolved and the dye has come through to the back side. When I turn the shirt over, you can see that the dye has come through to the back side, and you can tell from this side that the dye is dissolved on top. I left the shirt outside and came back to it probably an hour or so later. Then I took it to my utility sink and began rinsing it in cold water to rinse out the soda ash. I untied the shirt and gradually warmed the water up to hot to continue rinsing to rinse out any of the dye that didn't react with the shirt. There was still quite a bit of dye coming out of the shirt, so I went ahead and ran a sink full of hot water, added some Blue Dawn dish detergent, and allowed the shirt to soak. I changed out the water a couple of times after it would cool off and continued the soaking process until the water was almost clear. Then I washed the shirt in my washing machine on a hot cycle along with some Dharma's textile detergent. And after the shirt was washed and dried, this is how it looks. So what do you guys think about the shirt? I personally really like it. I myself was a little bit surprised that all of the pink turned out as bright and vivid as it did. Sometimes pinks don't work out very well when you ice dye with them, so I didn't quite know how they would work with this process. But I'm really pleased. I also like the little pop of purple that's in the shirt. Also, I think fan folding that one section at the corner of the shirt makes the folds a little bit more crisp. And I like that effect. They lose that crispness as it goes further out into the shirt, but I think in that one area it looks kind of cool. I also got really good color saturation. I'm very pleased. So overall, I really love this shirt, but drop me a line down below in the comments and let me know what you think about it. And if you've enjoyed this video, I sure would appreciate it if you would like it and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.